Alright, so today on the Wonderful Lovely Gaming Jesus Rocks channel, we have our wonderful, glorious, lovely city. Now, as you can see, our previous episode, we did this suburban town. Now, as you can see, we have this over here, this incineration plant. Now, I do want to add ourselves some a little bit of extra power down in there. And I want to put in ourselves a, now we are playing with the night cycle, but it's not going to be that super duper bad if we were to put that there, and then we add in on down below, down the path, we add like these three little things, like so, to give us a little bit of that extra power. Now, on the opposite chance, as you can see, I did put a little bit of industry over here. Not too much of industry, but I do want to clear that out there and that out there. Because what I want to do now is also go in and demolish this guy here. Okay? And replace that along that side there, and add one there, and do basically just fill that up with a little bit of that power along there. And then we want to kind of take our to follow this road, because we don't have and I just let's put it somewhat like right about there. And then let's bring it to right about there. Because I know that we don't quite have everywhere filled up. And we want to make sure that we get everything settled in over here, because making sure that everything is fully not missed, because if we miss anything, okay, it's not a good idea. And we want to make sure that everybody has a nice good backyard over here. And I did go and add some more of the residential and commercial stuff out here. And I did add a small, tiny little bit of office space down here, but not much. Because I don't want, like, everybody to go and say, hey, we need to go to the city to get our groceries and stuff. And, hey, I don't want to go to the city all the time to go get our stuff like that. But I did decide that we're going to add a little bit along this highway here. Okay. There's a little bit along here, not going to go too far in, to allow people to get growing a little bit more of that there. Now over here, we're still having this problem with Walmart not getting enough land value, I believe. Not enough educated workers. Really? You need to have a Walmart needs to have educated workers? Maybe a high school, but okay, so we have our elementary, our high school over here. We do have a high school. I don't think we have a university needs to be in the city. But I do want to put it somewhere over here and not over in our suburban area. I'm thinking let's put it somewhere like where people we're not getting inclined to use a second road to add to it. And I think we'll do it like right about there. And I think that should be good. It's not going to allow us to have everybody get education from them. How's our stuff? I am going to definitely build one down over here. Just, it's a small thing. It's not a huge, big bio thing that we have to worry about, or disaster. Because I don't have those in this game. But we do have, seems to have a few people going in and out over in this area here. But we might turn on traffic president if I need to, and we can fix those lanes to help out. It is a one, I think I should put it this way, that it is one way going this way. Our water availability is doing fine. Fine. Let's check on our junction here. Does this have a stoplight? Yes. It doesn't need to have one, just because even though there's stop there, there doesn't need to be a stoplight here because you're going this way and you're coming in this way. So you can't really, or go that way. You can't really go and go that way, so why do we need a stop sign there? We don't need, roundabouts don't need to have stoplights on them at all. But we do want to make sure that that's a stop sign there on that roundabout, because that's going to allow, actually no, let's not do that. They can utilize that under, oh, okay, let's do this. We need to fix our, let's go over here. I kind of want to, put that upgraded. That needs to be like so. I do want to say that if you are kind of, in this lane, that you can only turn in, and you can't, I know what we can do. As you see that it's a 3-lane highway, right? Let's go in to our highway area, and let's throw in a 4-lane there. So people who really want to go in and it's going to probably help flow a lot fast, a lot easier. And then we also do the same over here. Because it allows people to come in and out if they need to. What I could do is, I'm going to modify this roundabout to put that on the other side, inside the roundabout, and not outside the roundabout, because then it's like people are going to they want to get in, but this is only a one-way in, and they want to go out that way to the highway. And I think that if we do it on the inside, that we can have this, or do it this way where we can take this one and go and just kind of more along the lines, take it under and curve it out that way, so they can't use this to get in. So I think let's do that. So we're going to close this out here. Close that out here. What we want to do is then we can go and switch down to our, see, it's a 6-lane road, which I don't think we need to have a 6-lane road there. But I do want to go with a 3-lane road. Actually, let's go with the 4-lane one-way road. Upgrade that to that point there. So then we're going to go page down by, like, see, and then we're going to have to clear out that, because they're funneling out nicely. But I do want to pause the game because we're going to have traffic problems if we don't. I do want to go down by a little bit, and then we can go like that, and then we can go page. No. Then we can go back to page up, and then we can connect somewhere. We want to connect it somewhere over here. So I feel like let's go with a... Nah. I think we'll just stick with this and kind of connect it to there. And then we can replace our highway with a 3-lane highway then. Are you serious that we can't connect it there? Okay. So if you can't do that, then let's go here and see if we can... See, curving it, let's go up a little bit. Let's go like right there at that angle and curve it like so. And I think what we could do is, because we want it to basically go under and in, I think what we could do is we could do this way. Let's take that portion down, and then let's go over to a 3 or 4 lane road again. And then what we could do is, let's clear that portion out, because I don't think we need to have like double the maximum capacity for it. I shouldn't say maximum capacity, more of along the lines of and then I think what we could do is we could cut that portion out again, because this is going to take me a little bit of a while for me to actually and it's still going to be a roundabout, but it's just going to be a weird way of getting around. And I want to, let's go down and grab back our 3-lane. Now we do need to cover that, but I think what we'll do is, before we do so, I think let's go back and let's just keep it the way we had it. But I want to kind of curve it. Let's do it a little differently. We'll close that out. Let's redo the highway because we're gonna fill that in. There we go. Now we got that fully squared away. I want to do this in a different manner. As you can see that I don't want to have any 6-lane roads there. I want it to be 6-lane one way, but I think going a page up a little bit. Okay, so I don't want to be like 2 parcels. And then what we can do is then we can set up, go here, and then we're going to rotate this about a little bit, and then rotate it again. And what I want to kind of do is rotate it to make sure that it... Okay, so I think what we could do is, to get this sounding correctly in the way I want it to be, let's close that out, and I'm trying to, get my roads to... Because see, if we could rotate it the other way, that would work so fine. But I think what we could do is we could slightly rotate it. I think what we could do is let's do it this way. Let's go and let's have our road that goes kind of down. That kind of acts like that it's going downward. To there. Or we can do something like... I know that we want to get it up there, and I think we'll just have to deal with the traffic is what I'm having the problem with. Is because people tend to want to... People tend to want to use this as a route in the sense of we don't want to upgrade that. We want to go back to our normal highway road and just flop it. Just flop it that way. I think that would be a nice... I think that would be a nice way to get in. And then getting off, I think we could go with a 2-lane road going downward to get off. And have a 6-lane there so that then we don't have that problem there that arises. It is still a 2-lane to get off, but it works. And 2 lanes to get on. I think it will work that just as nice. And when getting off, people are just using it to get around and go around that way, which is the problem, and we don't like that. Don't like it, but we'll have to deal with it. It's just how traffic flows, but we can at least upgrade all of this to the noise canceling highways. I want to get the mass transit so badly right now. because I want... No. What we could do is we could put a 2-lane there and then see what happens. And then do this. Now down here we'll also do the same. Down here, because that means that they can go into 1 lane and then start going into a 3-lane road. It ain't too bad. Having this noise canceling here does help. And that should help flow with traffic a lot easier. But we'll see. So let's unpause this and see what happens. Because I don't know whether or not I should put this back in here. Like that. Or not. Because we're having so many issues here with people trying to come from over this way. And it's backing up like right here. And that's the problem, is I think what we could do is to prevent that backing up from right here. If we do this, and then we bring our road up, and then we go like so, adding a little bit of distance between the two. Now, I feel like that we are having problems where people are wanting to get off here, and then there are people that want to go forward. So what we could do is we could upgrade this to only have a 4-lane road there. And for those that want to, they can go into that lane, or they can go continue to keep going forward. I want to upgrade that into a 2-lane road to get in, to allow that to quickly get around a lot quicker if we can. And we're going to remodify this off-ramp there, because I do want to right where I have it, I like it to find that it is, but I want to it's saying that slope too steep. But that does help, where it does go into a 2-lane there, because then it has that 4-lane, and we don't have to have as much backing up. But I do want to, when it's saying that the slope is way too steep here, I think having a way to get off ramp and then going on to get onto the other side instead of going off, because I don't think that there's no need for us to have people to getting off. But I want to, since it's saying that the slope is way too steep, I think let's just see if we can think if we go slightly a little bit inch forward, and then slightly go, I'm actually going to slightly get a little bit more inches to it, and see if we can rotate this around. Like so, to get up there. And then we'll bring a one lane to get off from over here. But we'll go straight forward. Now let's try to see if we can go back as far as we can go back. I'm modifying this slightly, but I'm not going to take too much of our time, because I do have some other plans to go through. Now that adds our one lane to get around. 2 lanes to get on the highway up in this roundabout does help, because then it's saying, hey, that we don't have to worry. That's just going off onto the highway. People are just using that as a round turn, which we're not going to allow that to happen, because what I do have in mind is we're going to take this road and we're going to extend it out a little bit further eventually, but once we get this capital city, because I do want to have it go out that way. It's not wanting to get the garbage out here, so what I want to do is take a one lane way and add one that's only allowing it to, kind of like a highway built around, but we take one that's only going to go out to here. So it's got a one way to get out that way if it needs to, for any purpose. It's actually going to be something like this. Actually, no, let's upgrade that to 2-lane road. And it's saying that space is already occupied, which we can go in and clear that out of the way. And it's a 2-lane road that allows for easier access of getting trucks down that way. I do want to add a second incineration plant up here. Because I don't want people to go in and complaining. It just allowed to enough to allow people to get their garbage a lot quicker out in this boonies out here, not to go any worry. We do need to get some more office space in here, I think. But I think let's go in and we can add a little bit more of our, spread that love there a little bit. I'm going to spread the love about right about that point there. And then let's get our, a little bit of our commercial will come in later. And later I do want to put in our, let's go forward enough till we get about that many units, 10 units. Now there's the high school is going to be right there, so I don't want to go too far ahead. I do want to go to, like, give that portion right there, because I don't know if this will be able to cross like it's supposed to, but let's hope that we can take this road out. Now, there is traffic backed up here, so I don't want to add any more problems here. Let's check up on our junction here, see if there's any known stuff. Because a lot of the things I'm seeing, let's check up on our routes and see where people are. I really like to go and turn around here and go back that way. I might say that that's probably a bad idea having that there. But I think it shouldn't be too bad if we, what I could do is we could take it down and pour in a 3-lane here. Is we could upgrade this to having 4 lanes on that road there, and that road there, and then that would help us a little bit immensely, allowing people to travel a lot faster throughout the thing if we go. And we don't go everywhere 4 lanes, because that's just going to give us a little bit of faster pace to move around. We might have created a small intersection, and we could possibly easily upgrade that to a better intersection, but I think doing that for now isn't going to be that bad. If we had one there and one to get there to going from off that area, it allows us to get a barge or move around. So let's not hesitate and not put and not cross the road right there enough, because if we do cross the road at this point, at the point where I have it initially to cross, I think it would just be a bad idea. But I do have it able to cross their area. I'm going to build one here as well, just to give those people that passage. Now, I do want to say, let's add some more, we're going to add some office space down here a little bit. Let's go into our fill section. We're going to go into office space in some of this area over here, down the line here. And then on the opposite side, we'll throw in some commercial, just to get that demand up a little bit. Having a little bit of that office and that commercial there is not horribly bad. It also looks like that we do have a thing there, and I don't want to have anything there that's much, but that might be what's the problem. But I did add a 3-lane road there. I think what we could do is do a 2-lane road there, but I don't think we should. Let's go back to 3-lane. I don't care. We have a little bit of money to spend on it. I'm not too worried. Let's also come down here and let's go and gather our... I have to overlap because I don't think we will be able to get anybody to have water down here. So, and I do want to... Let's actually do have something in mind. If we go in here, let's get out of this. Let's take out the road. Let's go in here and let's clear out anything in this area. Because what I want to do is give it look like that there's something in here. And what we could do is make that like an off-ramp roundabout and connect those across and then get those to go down and make it like a roundabout in a sense, but I don't know if that would be a feasible idea. But if we go into our water piping and we go over here, this thing, that thing we could put there if it wasn't like close to the industry. Which I think what we could do is we could cut out some of the industry out here in the first place. Because I think having industry, we're going to cut out this part right there and there. And then what I want to do is just put the industry, fill the industry back up to about that point there. Just not fill it up all the way out to the edge there. And then let's go and we'll take out those 3 spots there. And let's clear you out of there. Because I think not having so much industry, and I think what we could also possibly do is making that a one-way out and not an in-way, because I think and we'll flop it. Make it a one-way in, not a one-way out, so that there is a so people don't have so much to worry about in going out. It will officially adjust itself. Having a one-way in there is a good idea. Not having it going out is a horrible idea. Let's check up on our junction here. Turn off our light. Stoplight there, because we don't need to have it there. There is no stoplight there. Okay, just making sure that there isn't any stoplights around. And I think that'll make it a lot easier for trucks that want to go in. They can go off on that ramp over here. If they want to get out on the opposite end of this road, they can get out. One way, there's a way that they could get out down here, and I want to do that. Just a one-way out, not a one-way out like that, but a one-way out like this. Where they can go out if they need to. And they can only go out that way if they need it. I think having that way there is a good idea, because that's allowing them to go out in any ways that they need to go. It does fix up some of our traffic problems, but it's not fixing up a whole lot of it, because it's now starting to get backed up over here, and people who want to get out can only get out this way from the suburban life. So I think maybe we could change this here and make it another way to get out of the suburbs. So let's do that. Let's go in, and we're just fixing a lot of traffic today. It's kind of why I am doing most of today. I don't want to go into details on too much, but let's upgrade. We're only going to upgrade this road here. A lot of people aren't going to like it here living here, but or whatnot, because there's going to be another way that they can get out in that sense. But I don't want to go in too deep let's pause this so we don't have so much problems with traffic going around. Okay, so now what I want to do is where that is there, I just want to bring in a our highway. It's mainly to get on and off. What I want to do is if we take this road and we basically expand it across about there, and we do the same with this one here, but we want to go and we can, if we go out like that, and then we take and we go page down slightly, and then we cross like so, and then we do the same with what's going over here. Because I'm trying to kind of, I'm wondering if I made that mistake of deleting it. I think what we could do is we could probably simply fix this a little bit. Let's take that road back a little bit and let's go forward, see if we can take this a little. I think what we could do is instead of, we gotta fix the highway somehow, and I'm trying to do my best. What we could do is we could do that, and then we could take this road and go. See how it can go forward? There, but we can take it, if we want it, what we want to do is we want to just barely page it down, and then cross over like so. Like so, but I have messed up here a little bit too. I don't want to go like so. No, I think it's mainly that the space is occupied from over here. So we're going to have to, I can slightly fix this if we do this correctly. Okay, there we go. Then we can grab our 2-lane road, and we'll just connect it right back on here somehow. And we'll just rotate and flip that way. And we'll do the same here. There we go. And then what we want to do is then on the off chance is let's use our 2-lane small road, and let's connect these two up somehow. But we're off we gotta fix that a little bit. We're gonna have to refill that back in the bottom down here. I want to barely line it up with that road there, so that then we can cross we want to basically have a 2-lane there for right now, crossing with each other, to make it a flat. Now we're not quite done yet, because what I want to do is now we're going to take this road and we're going to go page down on it. But I want to go page down as like that, and then And then somehow we need to get it to page down. We got it to page down inside there somehow. And then we could do it like that, I guess. And do the same down over here. Get it up as far as we can go to rotate it into the highway there. But we're not going to do it just like that. We're going to change it to our one-way off-ramps here. One way there, and then we're also going to do our two-way here, so that we don't have, it's one-way off, two-way on, and that's as good as we're going to need to get it. Then what I want to do is, then as you can see that we have this this 4-lane road here, and we can connect it to either one of these spots. But I want to take those and see if we can connect the highway as in coming down in. But I think having the way of the highway being we could do this. I like to have the we could go down here. Let's go down here and let's go with the 2-lane roads. And we could take a 2-lane to go and connecting down to there. And take a 2-lane to connect up to that point. And I think that'd be a nice addition. And there might be traffic problems there, but I don't think it should be too horrible. Too bad. You know what? It's going to be a lot quicker if we just... Now we can hit play, I guess. We can't hit play quite yet, because we do need to have a way to get off and on the highway from down below. Down there. So I think what we could do is we could go from maybe right about there. And connect it to right there. And I want to also... I think what we could do is we could possibly... Let's see if we can make this look presentable there. Because I think if we... Because it's one way going off, and I think that's a good way, easier. I think that way's alright. That way looks alright. That one's okay. Let's go and now let's take, since this road here, and then we can go as a one-way kind of crossing like right there. Okay, let's see if we can step back slightly. Let's actually take it from here and see if we can get it to go up like that. That looks nice, and then we can just rotate it. Rotate it, and then we could go in is a 3-lane, a 4-lane, not a 2-lane. We could go with a 2-lane right between, like, connecting between those two there, just to, like, get them on and off ramp like that. And I don't know if that'll work exactly the way I want it to work, but it should work that way. If not, we can always use a different section that's like a 4-leaf clover or some sort, but we'll try it that way and see how all things go with traffic. It does allow us to flow in different ways in getting around. What I'm thinking what we could do is instead, let's put this as a one-way this way. and we do flop that around, make it one way instead of a like a little mini roundabout kind of deal. And then let's also go over here and let's make sure that there are no stoplights there. There are none that we need to worry about. So I think that's going to be a great addition to the city. It allows people to get on and off and go any way they need to feel well please. It will adjust itself eventually. Now let's go back into our zoning here, because I did mess up with a little bit of our zoning over here, and if we can fix our zoning up a little bit, I think that's going to help us immensely if we don't fix it. But and you kind of got a little bit of that. I don't want to put anybody down here. That's just for traffic, for the garbage trucks to flow through enough and decently. And it's not the best, but I don't like it because I like it that way, because then we don't have to worry too much about it. Now there's some garbage stuff out there. I did put one over here. Did put like 3 over there. There's like 3 over in this industry area over here, I believe. So it shouldn't be too bad. But I think what we could do is, yeah, see, we got like a couple over there. Oh, snap. Let's clear that one out of the way. Our incineration status isn't too good, but I think what we could do is let's add one. I think let's put one additional one in here somewhere abouts. So I was about to put it there somewhere, and I don't want to do that. Okay, so let's replace. Let's blurb that part in. Let's blurb this part in here as well. It does allow us to fix little portions of that. In that sense, I don't want to be extensively too bad on the city. Helping to check up on our garbage. Our healthcare is not too bad, but we are getting some death care out throughout the city, so I think we should put in some more of these guys around. Putting a few of these on almost every block and street. I think having one there is going to help. Let's put one down over here somewhere. Let's put one over here. Let's put even one down. Let's put a crematorium down over in there. There's a crematorium there. There's a few crematoriums in that area. Let's get one to come down over here as well, on this corner. And then let's put one, let's add a crematorium down in this section here, because I think having one in that will definitely help. Can we? I do want to put at least a crematorium in this area up here. And that's going to lose us some health. How's our healthcare doing? Our healthcare is doing just fine. How much are we getting coverage? Because we could probably put a Pokemon Center somewhere down here. We do have it there, but I want to put one maybe like there might do us good. And I think that's going to help us immensely with our that. Let's check up on our fire station. Capability isn't that great down over here, so I think we could probably put in a large police force down in that area. I think it'll help us get to a lot of those people there. And I want to put an additional fire station just along the edge over here, just to allow people to get more coverage in that area. Let's build a fire station, a large fire station down in that point there, because that's going to help immensely get these guys fastly evaporating or upgrading. And I got a couple ways in there. I don't know how bad that is. We'll check that up in a moment. Actually, we do got this light here. It's not that bad down there. I think we did fix up some things down there. That's just more of an easier roundabout of getting way in and out. Let's make sure that we got... Not everybody is keen to filling up their spots, I see. Spots, and I think we could possibly... Let's go make sure that we got everything is completely filled up in these areas here. Because we don't want to have anybody left behind. No, sorry, Bob. Nobody should be left out, or zoning should be left out. That doesn't mean that they're gonna fill up there, but they should at least get filled in perfectly. So let's expand some more. We're not going to expand too much today. I did leave this area here is a two-way for trucks to get around. I don't want it to be like they can't get around everywhere in the city, out in the suburbs. But our power is doing well. Our water is doing great. It is close to that. I don't want to put this here, they're right in the middle, because that's just too horrible. But I think what we could do instead, we could probably put a that right there. It's not going to be happy for some of those people living there, but I think putting that there as a wind centerpiece would be a nice added touch. Now, I know that our creepiness hasn't gone up too much around the city, or it hasn't creeped up enough for residential at all, because it's like over here is like we got like residential demand and stuff. I do want to add a small tiny little bit of a tiny bit of commercial down in this area. Just a tiny bit. Don't want to go into depth there. A little bit there is not too bad. I do want to expand our road one more time. Behind this, starting now, we're going to start creating a new district here. So let's go all the way down to here. Actually, let's go as far as we can reach the highway, as much as we can. I like to have dense zoning. I'd like to go, let's go 10 units that way, and let's go all the way down 10 units down to there. Up to that point, and we'll close that off there for now. and then we'll get that portion closed. And then since our farming stuff could possibly be increased down here. Okay, let's just go a little bit further upward, because I want to make sure that the road is exactly perfect. Okay. Now, let's get our road forward all the way up to the edge of this edge there. I want to rotate our camera so that we can kind of see this a lot easier from this point of perspective. Getting our road across like that, and I think we will close off the road like there. Actually, no, let's not close it. Let's go and, not our natural resources, nope, not our budget panel. Let's go find our dense zoning, and let's just let's take that portion there. Then we're not going to go single size, we want to go a little bit size of a little bit. I want to bring it like right about that point there. Just to kind of get that there. And then we can fill in our road to cross here now. And now we can add in our rest of our now that person's right there is not giving me the best outlook. We're just going to use in that spanking new area. Not gonna put anything there really. We might put like nothing. Nothing's gonna go in that area there. That's now let's go and find our district zoning. Okay, I want to bring this district zoning forward a little bit to this area here. I'm going to bring it up to that zone right about there so that we can get more of our... I do want to have one... Now it's not going to be... I want to go there to there, because what we're going to do is we're going to add the rest of our farming land there, because we do got some decent farmland. So I'm not going to expand too much of the farming in here. It will be enough for future expansion. As you can see over here, this is going to get filled up eventually. Not enough educated workers or whatever. So let's go and check up on our elementary. Our elementary school's not happy. So I think what we could do is, our elementary capability is not the best. So we'll put one there to add. I'm also going to add an additional elementary school there. I'm going to put an elementary school down here for those people who are living in this area here. I'm going to add one that's going to be a cross-platform in these areas here so that people can get in access to this area. Let's fill the back end. Let's fill this road. Actually, let's clear that. Let's fill these two rows here of people. And then we'll go down along this path and fill that area with commercial. It's like commercial's going to start creeping up, so I kind of figured do that. But let's get Spectra purifier water? If you thought that having a Spectra conduit was good now, even dirty water is crystal clear. That seems interesting. Wait. Interesting. So let's, so now we got that stuff going on, but we need to make sure that, everybody is connected with water. So I'm going to go like this, and then we're going to go basically right about there. Then we're going to go up to here, and I'm going to connect all the way down into that area there. And I'm also going to have one that's going to connect from over here to there. Go from here to there. So that we don't have, like, water pipes being... I want to make sure that everybody can get water and make sure that the pipes can flow a lot quicker and move faster around the city to certain places. Okay. Let's check up on our education one last time. I think we'll put one down over here in this area there. It's going to be near a farming area. That's alright. Let's check up on our high school education availability. Isn't that great? A lot of people are eligible to get into high school. But I don't think a lot of people can get into high school. In the first place, so we'll put one there as well. We have 3 high schools in the city. I think we'll put one additional high school over here in this area down over here. How is our... Oh, that's our university capacity is good for now. Actually, I think since that high school could have been... I think let's move our high school over here as well. Put one down over there. I think having 3 high schools in that area isn't a good idea. If I were to remove this, our high school availability to them isn't going to be as great. But I think what we can do is I want to give a different... That's our book bank. That's our elementary... Elementary. I know I have a high school in here that acts as a high school, but I want to give it a different... And I think we'll put a high school there along that edge so that those people there have one, but it's not as great for everybody. So I think we will kind of getting this city expanding enough isn't really bad. I do like that we do have this down in here. I do want to say, let's do this. I think we could possibly, instead of having our connections alongside that area there, I think what we could do is I want to add one here that goes, and it's going to go across, but we're going to go page up, and then we're going to go and then I'm going to page it down, giving it a extra way to get across. I'll connect these two back up, but those allow us to have a connection between in that area. But I'm hoping that they don't prioritize that they prioritize going out that way. If they do prioritize this way, we're going to have a problem. A nice problem there. But I hope that they don't prioritize it in that sense, so that we can kind of allow our people to go and get around our wonderful city. What's this? That's Japanese style high school. Our high school education is not that great, and I feel like having a variety of high schools out there. We do got a high school there. This is our Japanese style, and I can't fit it anywhere in here. Yes, I think we'll put it over there, have a high school there, for availability sake.